Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duo Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I'm one of your hosts, Azteral. As always, I'm joined by fellow host Jordan, aka Slasher.
Hey everybody.
And it's another Wednesday for us, another whatever day this goes up for you guys, which means it's Bad Batch Day for the uh, third to last time that we will ever be watching a new episode of this show. It's season 3, episode 13, Into the Breach. The Bad Batch have to do some risky shenanigans in order to find Tantis so that they can go and save Omega. But before any of that, we actually open on Tantis with getting to see Omega get her bloods taken by Emery. She starts formulating a plan, making friends. Um, we get to see the squirrel guy that got kidnapped by Cad Bane. I don't know what species he is, so I'm just going to call him Squirrel Guy. We also get to see the Miraluan, same species as Barasofi, is back from his confinement, as well as the two other force-sensitive children. And obviously, Omega is not about to stay in Tantis any longer than she has to, so she's formulating a plan to escape. Hunter and the Bad Batch, along with former Vice Admiral Rampart, are, I believe, from the look of it, it's Cloud City. From the shot that we see in the actual show, I do believe it is Cloud City that they're based on for this.
Yeah.
Echo shows up inside a stolen shuttle because they're going to go and figure out how to get to Tantis. They decide that the only way is via a space station hovering over Coruscant that will allow them to jack in with Echo's little SCOM link arm and download the coordinates to Tantis. Obviously, it's not going to be that simple, otherwise this episode would be about 5 minutes long. We cut back to Omega getting her sample taken. She starts formulating the plan in her head on how to escape. She's thinking of using the sample window that is used to transport the samples as a way to escape, which I think is very, very clever. Emery, the other female clone that we know of, gets into some heated arguments with fellow scientists because
Which
Emery
is
is now the
interesting to
leader.
me.
I think the others don't trust her because she's a clone. That's what I think. I think the other people don't trust her because she's a clone. And she's like Hemlock's pet. Yeah, so they're formulating a plan to escape. Omega gets a devious look in her eyes as she's like, yeah, I'm getting out of here again. We cut back to the Bad Batch, who are preparing to infiltrate the space station, along with now Captain Rampart. He's been given a captain's uniform to wear, which obviously he isn't thrilled about because he was a vice admiral.
He was a vice admiral, and then
demoted.
he got really pissed when they gave him a captain's uniform.
Rampart pulls his weight, honestly. He does navigate Imperial protocols quite well.
Yeah.
And they managed to enter the transmit hub.
I think the thing that I like is that it shows is that all of the what is it? Do you know all of the like characters are kind of like all of the Empire. It really shows that the Empire didn't really know who each other was.
Yeah.
In the way that each person in the Empire was just in a very far away from each other, that they didn't know who each other was, so no one knew who was like fired, who was killed and shit.
It doesn't make me. It makes me quite sad that we haven't got a Empire show yet. We haven't got one that focused on like the Imperial side, where like we could have had Star Wars Thrawn and we could have followed Thrawn through his like rise to Grand Admiral in the Empire, and that would have been a way to connect Rebels to the other shows. And doing that would allow us to see Imperial procedure. We'd be able to see Imperial protocol,
So we don't
and
know much
eventually,
about
because like Rampart's
Imperial.
able to identify people's ranks based off the squares. I
Yeah.
can't do that yet, and I've been watching Star Wars since I was like 6 years old,
Hang on, let me
maybe
look.
younger. I know that the squares, the rank plaques as they're called, are like
Oh wait,
thing.
I've got. Hang on, I've got a thing here.
It's like 2 red, 2 blue is a
I've got it.
lieutenant.
So
3 red, 3 captain is 3 blue is a
hang
captain,
on.
but also 3 red, 3 blue, but with 2 black stripes on the side is a commander. So like you've got different variations of
Let me have a look.
the like colors and the
So
black strips.
you've got a red and blue, which is a midshipman. 4 blue is Navy lieutenant. 2 red and 2 blue is Army lieutenant. 3 red, 3 blue is Army commander. 3 red, 3 blue also is captain.
Yeah, the weird thing is
Why is there?
because
Why is it mean 2 separate things?
I
4
think
red,
it's
4 blues general.
the black, like there's a black stripe on either the left or the right side next to the red.
Yeah.
And that signifies which version it is. So like
3
3 red,
blue.
3 blue with a black on the
But
right
it's also
side.
when you think about it, is also it's the way it's set out. So like some of
Yeah,
them it's 2 on the top, 2 on bottom, and then some of them it's a line.
yeah,
So like major is a line, and that's 3 red, 3 blue. Then red, and then it goes for a colonel. It's the same as major, but that it goes red then blue. High colonel is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 yellow, which is high colonel. Then it goes 4 blue, 2 yellow, navy commander.
What is interesting is in the one I'm looking at, which I
Grand
believe is in
Admiral,
rank order,
Grand
Grand
Admiral.
Admiral is above Grand Moff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think that's the case.
Grand Admiral is top blue, 3 blue, 3 yellow, then bottom 3 blue, 3 red.
Yeah, because like Grand Moff was like the highest rank in the Empire, I thought. But if Grand Admiral is higher, that means that Thrawn was the highest is the highest ranking Imperial we've ever seen. Outside of Vader and the Emperor.
I was about to say, yeah. I don't know.
It's interesting. I would like to see some Imperial stuff. I would like either a game or a TV show or a movie that followed an ISB agent.
Mm.
I think that would be cool. You get to see some espionage. But yeah, obviously shit goes awry. Wrecker has to knock a guy out. They find out that they can't download the coordinates like they planned to, so Echo has to sneak aboard a science vessel that's leaving to disable the proximity sensors so that the other ship can magnetize to the ship as they enter hyperspace. Omega, in this time, has used her little thing that she stole to pry open the panels on the walls, and does indeed figure out a way out, she believes. Probably won't be a way out. But yeah, Echo climbs on board. He's almost caught, but he manages to slip by. He's then detected as a droid, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, because he has a droid thing on his arm.
And then they send someone to investigate. Echo takes them down and then says that everything's clear because the Imperials are incompetent, so they believe him. It gets very, very tense because the proximity sensors haven't gone down and they're about to jump to hyperspace. And then right before they jump to hyperspace, the proximity sensors go down and they magnetize. And that is the end of the episode.
That's how
Prepping
the
us
episode ends.
very nicely for the penultimate episode of The Bad Batch next week, which I believe is going to be titled. It will be titled. Give me a moment. I know the last one is Cavalry Has Arrived. Flash Strike is what next week's episode will be titled.
Well, we know they're on the way to Tantus, so.
And on May 1st, 3 days before Tales of the Empire releases, we get Season 3, Episode 15, the finale, The Cavalry Has Arrived, which, I'm not going to lie to you, I think I know who dies.
Oh.
Because The Cavalry Has Arrived is Wrecker's catchphrase.
Yeah, true.
It's the first line he says in Season 7 of the Clone Wars.
It could just be a little of a red herring, you never know, really.
It could, however, when they killed Tech off, they used a technical plan from the Bad Batch that Tech made. Plan 99.
Alright, then. I don't know then.
So maybe Wrecker dies. Do I still think Darth Vader's going to show up? No. No.
At this point, I don't, but I want him to.
I would like to see Vader, but at this point, I'm not hopeful. It would be cool, but it's not necessarily needed. However, we do know he will appear in Tales of the Empire. So,
yeah, which if he doesn't show up in this, we'll get to see him in his obviously in his Clone Wars look.
Yeah.
Anyways, because they've already got the assets and that from Clone Wars.
But I would probably say that this episode was probably a 7.7 out of 10.
I'm gonna agree. It was definitely a bit of like just a getting into it episode. It was just an episode to just get us in to what is to come and show us what is to happen at some point.
I did enjoy the Imperial aspect of it.
Yeah, same. I did enjoy it. I just can't wait to see what next episode brings, and then I'm sad the show's gonna end, but I'm also can't wait for like what is to come.
Yeah.
At the same time, so it's like a real conundrum. So I don't know. I don't know what will happen, but we'll see.
We will indeed see. And yeah, obviously, there's not much left of the Bad Batch to review. There's only 2 episodes, which means we're going to get 2 more reviews done. And in the last review, we'll probably review the series as a whole.
Yeah, we'll basically review the episode we watch as always, and then review the season as. And then
we have 2 days to prep for Tales of the Empire, which all release at the same time.
We will probably do.
Luckily, it's like I think we review arcs, considering it reviews at the same time, so 2 episodes, quote unquote. But it'll be like a Barrisoffy episode and a Morgan Elsbeth episode as we thingy.
We'll probably review it in the way that we review. The way I've said, we review the 2 different storylines.
Yeah.
Instead of storyline as a whole, they're not connected much, so we'll probably just review them as 2 separate storylines. But it'll be in the same video, so it won't be 2 separate videos.
Yeah.
It'll just be all one video. We'll do his breakdowns, and then it'll go from there.
Anything else?
No, I think we've covered everything.
Well, that has been Season 3, Episode 13 of The Bad Batch, titled Into the Breach. I've been one of your hosts, Azteral.
I've been your other host, Slasher.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that garbage YouTube asked you to do. We will see you next week for the penultimate episode of The Bad Batch, but for now, may the Force be with you, always.
Whenever we followed orders.
We forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!